Good morning and welcome to our Friday video focusing on how we are transforming for God in our world. I hope you're doing well and keeping safe. Do please contact our church office if you need anything at all and we will get someone around to help you. So I want to pick up our theme of our teaching on Sunday, which was on stewardship, and ask the question, do you have an insurance policy? How many insurance policies do you have? Do you have one for your life? Do you have one for your car? Do you have one for your house? Do you have one for your contents? Maybe you have one for your pets. How many insurance policies do you have? And then why do you have insurance policies? What does your insurance policy say about your trust in a God who provides? Because insurance policies are, well, they're just in case. This was brought home to us recently as we had to renew our pet insurance. And we decided that we weren't going to do that because they'd upped the premiums and excess and all sorts of things. And our dog is nearly 11 and we haven't claimed anything. So all that money that we spent, we've given it to the insurance company just in case. And I thought to myself, surely that money could have been used in a much, much better way. So in my stewardship, how much am I trusting God? And how much am I trusting in self and in doing things just in case? The second issue I want to bring up is the whole issue of ownership. A little child has to be taught to share. You know, when you get two small children in a room together and they're shouting over a toy, it's mine, it's mine, it's mine, and soon you have tears. We don't seem to have to teach children about owning stuff. It's as if we have this selfish gene that says it's all mine. And yet there is also something in us that says, if I have stuff, I really need to share it. I need to give away. And it's great to see in this coronavirus people giving. So there is that dichotomy within us that says everything's mine, but I feel I need to share. It's an issue of control. So how does that affect our stewardship? Well, God to the people of Israel gave them a law that said, give 10% to the Levites. 10% of everything you own, all your goods, all the things that you earn, give them to the Levites. Why? So that the poor, the hungry, the orphan, the widow, the stranger can be fed and can live in the land. It's as if they were saying, you have a selfish gene, but give the 10%. And actually it frees us up in making decisions. You see, we need, in the West particularly, to understand the difference between earning and owning. And decide in our hearts who actually owns. Is it God or is it me? And the response we have, I think, to giving and tithing and obeying that law suggests what we understand about earning and owning. I would like to suggest, and I know people will disagree with me, that actually obeying the law of the giving of 10% shows that we understand that we don't own that which we have earned. But the third issue is, what is our world? How big is our world? It was easy, for a sense, for the Israelites in Leviticus in those times, because their world was very small. It was just around them. It was their family, their neighborhood, their kibbutz, and the foreigner that was coming in. But we live in a global world. Every day there is another advert on television. Give £2 to this or £2 to that. And we can just think, help, what do I do? how do I split this 10%? And let me remind you that actually the Bible says tithes and offerings, but we won't go there. So we have this global world that we need to decide where we're going to give. The disciples in the Acts of the Apostles, in Acts chapter 2, it says they had everything in common. They sold everything and no one was in need. This sounds wonderful, doesn't it? But you read further on in the Gospels, in the New Testament rather, and you quite quickly see that selfish gene has raised its head again. They, in Corinthians and Galatians, Paul talks in his letters about making sure the poor don't go hungry and the widow is looked after. So in our stewardship of this world, in the stewardship of what we have tremendous challenges and questions. So I'd love your comments below. I want this to be an interactive discussion in thinking about, well, where's our world? How should we give to our world? What about the 10%? What about earning and owning? And what about how do we spend our money? And what we spend it on, what does it say about our trust in God? So some thoughts there. Do please post some comments. We'll be back on Sunday with our streaming from someone's home to do church together. And there are going to be videos on Wednesday and Friday. And if you're a family, if you've got children or young people, do look out for the other videos that we're going to be posting for young people, families and children. God bless you. Keep safe and I'll speak soon.